the High Commissioner of Australia to Fiji, His Excellency Mr. John Feeks, Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade Australia officials, CSV Hub Pacific, Australian Volunteers International representatives, industry stakeholders, members of the media, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Bula Vanaka, and a very good morning to all of you. Right at the outset, let me just say this to everybody here, that one of the most attractive things about Fiji as a destination is that we have a considerable amount of families that come to Fiji on holiday. And so this is a very timely workshop today, and I think it's very important that we keep abreast of what's happening and all the assistance that is given to us by Australian government and DFAT and AVI is very much appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to officiate the opening of the Tourism Stakeholders Workshop in partnership with Australian Volunteers International. And the workshop, as you all know, is for Child Safe Volunteering Hub Pacific, also CSV. So thank you very much for being here, all of you today. The tourism industry is a leading global force for positive change. And we are aware that the impact of COVID-19, ladies and gentlemen, has hit the tourism sector immensely across the globe, and Fiji is not an exception. The Fijian government, in partnership with key industry stakeholders, including a lot of you that are here today, have been working collaboratively to mitigate the impacts of COVID-19 in the tourism industry. Now, just last week, we launched the Care Fiji Commitment Program, an important initiative that will ensure an aligned communication platform for how we communicate and demonstrate health and safety credentials and COVID-19 management to our visitors. What it essentially does, ladies and gentlemen, it reassures travelers that Fiji is a safe destination to visit, and in turn asks potential visitors to share the responsibility to keep Fiji and Fijians safe when holidaying here. Without compromise to our hospitality, it is a commitment of this caliber we want to foster today. And except it is a commitment of the safety and the well-being of our children. Ladies and gentlemen, while this is a bit of a downtime for the tourism industry, let's not forget our shared responsibility of ensuring that we do not leave anyone behind in the work that we do. Our priorities may have shifted a little, but we must not lose sight of matters that actually contribute to the foundation of the Fijian tourism industry. Safety from a health perspective is paramount and will be for the foreseeable future. But so will the economic safety and security. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji has been recognized as a safe, family-friendly destination, and this is something that we take great pride in ourselves. Findings from the 2019 International Visitor Survey reveal that it's a family-friendly destination and the local people are friendly. And the top two influencing factors were these for visiting Fiji. But not only is it our friendliness, but our reputation as a safe destination, with visitors noting an 86% satisfaction rate for finding safe or being safe and secure whilst in Fiji. Now, to maintain, ladies and gentlemen, the recognition as a family-friendly destination doesn't only mean caring for others, it also means caring for our own. We must extend this duty of care to our children, especially those in the communities who are in one way or another involved in the industry. Children who actually live in tourist areas are especially vulnerable to physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. And I want to stress that while we do not see child safety as a major industry challenge, it's never too early or irrelevant to actually start the conversation. So how can you as businesses ensure safe tourism practices are in place? Is a question you need to ask. What duty of care do we have to community members and children when we take visitors into the communities? And how do we create more dialogue with the grassroots leaders? Ladies and gentlemen, the Fijian constitution clearly outlines the rights of children to be protected from abuse and from neglect, from harmful, harmful cultural practices, any form of violence, inhumane treatment and punishment, and hazardous or exploitative labor. We are fully committed to making sure that children have the support they need to feel secure at all times. The tourism industry, ladies and gentlemen, has huge potential to positively impact children's rights. So we must make a concerted effort to safeguard their well-being across all interactions in the tourism value chain. The collaboration, ladies and gentlemen, we see today between the CSV Hub Pacific and the Ministry of Commerce, Trade, Tourism, Transport in holding this one-day workshop is the beginning of more conversation and more work. It will greatly benefit the tourism sector in enhancing their knowledge and capacity, not only towards keeping children safe in the tourism sector, but to do no harm in the communities through responsible tourism. Responsible tourism is about respecting human dignity, equality, and also about safety, and so that everyone enjoys meeting and learning across different countries and cultures in a positive way. Pardon me. Ladies and gentlemen, children rely on us as adults to keep them safe and out of harm's way. In fact, it's one of the greatest responsibilities we have as parents, and no matter who we are, where we are, we must carry out this responsibility at all given times. To achieve the potential of the sector, a concerted effort by the industry bodies and businesses is needed to understand how children are affected positively and negatively by their operations and value chains. Sometimes it is actually out of sheer ignorance that we fail to fully understand the consequences with respect to children. Child-safe tourism is about being proactive and being preventative. To promote tourism practices and activities that are positive for communities and respect the rights of children is what is paramount. It is about putting in place the relevant measures that ensure tourism activities and practices are to keep children safe. Today's workshop, ladies and gentlemen, will help enhance your knowledge and capacity towards keeping children safe in our tourism sector. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the ministry, I'd like to acknowledge continuous support of the Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade from Australia, who have been a diplomatic partner to AVI for a long time. And I'd like to take this opportunity to also acknowledge and thank AVI and CSV Pacific for being instrumental partners in this particular project. The ministry will continue to strengthen the partnership with its full support towards making an impact in communities with a vision to improve tourism best practices. To everyone here today, I encourage you all to give it your full participation and commitment. And remember, you are the ultimate implementers and our greatest partners. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to take this opportunity also to say thank you to John and his team. And it's not just about the tourism sector. He's been on the ground, literally on the ground every day. And I thank you, sir, for all the support that the Australian government has given us across all different sectors. Much appreciated. And I appreciate your kind words with respect to Fiji. And one last word, ladies and gentlemen, before I finish off. I just read something this morning, and it comes out of England, actually, and it's a footballer who has just received some honours on the Queen's list, and he's a champion for children. And he said something this morning which reverberates today: children are not a statistic, so please don't treat them as such. And I think that's a very timely reminder to all of us. to make sure that we do give them the care that they actually deserve. So thank you very much. With those few words, I officially declare this workshop open. Thank you very much, Vinawalev.